Strong.
Let's talk about foods. Let's ask, maybe I can ask, who's Dia, maybe, yeah. That's Dia. Do you enjoy spicy food?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Because in Sulawesi, especially in Sulawesi Tengah, many food like spicy food.
Many food is fine. Okay, yeah. Okay, something like that, yeah. Great answer. Thank you. So yeah, maybe if we can ask about studying. Let's see. Maybe for example, we ask let's ask maybe Ika. Ika, how long do you how much time do you spend studying in a week, for example?
Because my job related to study, so I have to study maybe for my specification. I need maybe 4 hours until 6 hours a week.
4 until 6 hours a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for this time, I routine to join English class, so need
So
3 times per week. For 4.5 hours per week for learn English.
For learning English, yeah. Okay. All right. Good. So yeah, something like that. So that's some sample questions and answers. Yeah. Don't forget that speaking tests should be a natural conversation. So just answer accordingly. Listen to the questions and just answer. Now, if for some reason you did not hear the questions or you did not understand the question, feel free to ask them. Yeah? Like for example, excuse me, can you repeat the question? Sorry, can you repeat the question? Or excuse me, what do you mean by this? Or do you mean this? So it's fine though. Oh, one more thing. If you answer for too long in part 1, they will just interrupt you and ask you a different question. For example, hobbies. For example, if they ask you, what do you like to do in your free time? And then you answer like, yeah, I have a lot of things that I like to do in my free time, such as playing video games, because like I have a lot of friends who play video games and I play with them a lot. And then I also like playing basketball and so on. They will just stop you and they will just like, okay, how often do you play? How often do you do sport? For example, like that, yeah. So if you answer too long, they're just gonna cut you off. Okay. Right. So that's that. Check out these questions and answers.
Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself.
Yes.
Let's talk about where you live. What do you like most about your hometown?
Well, actually, I come from a very small town with around 5,000 inhabitants. It's more or less 50 kilometers from Como, which is the main town. And the thing I like the most of my town is probably the fact that you can stay. It's a very secluded area, and you can stay. You can relax. So you don't have the stressful life of the city.
Mm.
And
is your hometown a popular place for tourists to visit?
Yeah, there are many tourists, especially in the summer, that flocking to my town and near town in Switzerland too, for holiday, for a week, for a month, especially from Germany, France.
And has your hometown changed much in recent years?
But honestly, I think it hasn't changed very much in the recent years. It's a small town. There haven't been a lot of change. But now, there are not many people coming to my town as there were in the 80s. In the 80s, it was very popular to come there, especially from Holland.
Okay, so the question is, were there any problems in his answers?
C.
C. So you think he answers naturally and fully?
Yeah.
Okay.
B.
B. He's clearly giving a prepared speech. Okay. Well, the correct answer is actually C. C is already correct. There weren't any problems with his answers, but we did see an example of being cut off because he answered for too long. Yeah. So in this case, he answered for too long, and then the interviewer had to cut him off.
The stressful life of the city, and
Is your hometown
because it has been like he has been answering for like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Yeah. So 20 seconds, not 20 minutes. So the interviewer had to stop him. What did you guys notice about the way he is answering? What did you see from the video? The way he's answering? Anything that
he can answer the question and the describe about his hometown is very clearly, and giving he can give examples for each what is that?
For each
Opening sentence.
opening sentence? Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
For each, maybe the word for each ideas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, the answer is fully. Completely. He can completely describe, so we can imagine the hometown he described.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. All right. And what were you saying, Gustavo? Okay. 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 Yeah. Any other perspective on this answer? No. Okay. Well, yes. What you guys mentioned was in the video. Yes, he did. He extended his answer pretty well using things that are related to the answers. So he doesn't directly answer the question, but gives some relevant information first. And yes, he did extend his answer by giving details and examples. Like he did say, for example, blah, 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 this is because, blah, 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 and so on. And that is generally how you want to answer questions in in these tests. Yeah. So you will want to try when you are asked a question, you want to try to give the main ideas. So start with ideas. So what are you going to talk about first? Start with your idea and then follow it up with details and then examples if possible. If you don't need examples, then that's fine, as long as you give the details. You give examples. Yeah. Sorry, not examples. Explanation. Details. Idea, details, explanation, and so on. Make sure your question answer is long, not short. For example, if the question is, what do you like most about your hometown or city? So sometimes examiner does not ask you why or why not. Sometimes they just, what do you like most about your hometown or city? And then if you answer short, they're going to ask you why. For example, what do you like most about your hometown or city? Yeah, I like the fact that my hometown is really quiet. Short answer. You should if you answer like that, they will ask you why. So to avoid being asked why, you should just directly extend your answer. What do you like most about your hometown or city? Yeah, I like the fact that the city is really quiet. This is because this is because I enjoy peace and quiet in my city, and I teach online on a daily basis, so I need a quiet environment, something like that. Yeah. So giving details and explanations. Righto, moving on.
Now, in this first,
Okay. Check out these questions. Do you like reading the newspapers? Let's try asking some people. Let's try asking do you like to read the newspaper?
Yes, I like, but now the newspaper has transformation more than digital, like in smartphone.
Mhm. And why? Why do you like?
Because newspaper give me more knowledge for reference in my apa bahasa Inggris keilmuan ini.
In my subject?
Yeah, my subject
Yeah, subject.
yes, enough.
Okay. Now let's ask Misra. Do you enjoy studying when you first started school?
Yes, I had enjoying it because I can meet some people. I can had many friends,
Mhm.
and we were going together to where we like, and
That's it? Okay, good. Okay, thank you for the answers. So yeah, if you notice, everybody, this is a yes no answer. Do you like? Yes, I do. No, I don't. So yes, no answers. But everybody, pay attention to the tenses. Do you like to read the newspaper? Do you enjoy studying when you first started school? If the question is, do you like to read the newspaper? It's a present tense, right? It's like asking what you like or what you don't like. So the answer we can use is which one from this 10? No, this is not 10. From this 11, which one can we use?
Yes,
Which one of these?
I do.
Yes, I do. And yes, I do. And one more is no.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. But if the question is, do you enjoy studying when you first started school? Which one can you use?
yes, I have.
Which one? Yeah, the correct answer is yes, I did.
Yes, did.
Yes, I did, and no, I didn't. The reason why is this is asking about when you first started school. So in the past, right? So you have to answer using past tense. What about yes, I have? No, I haven't. This is like if they're asking you, have you ever went to Malaysia before? And then you can say, yeah, no, I haven't. Yes, I have. Like for example, no, I haven't. And the reason why is because I don't have any plans. I don't have any reason why I should visit Malaysia. So that's why I've never been there. Something like that, yeah. So pay attention to the question, to the context of the question. Yeah? Is it a yes no question or is it an open question? Yeah? Open question is like, why do you blah 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 blah. Is it past tense or is it present tense? Okay. Check out this example. Remember, it is important to listen carefully to the examiner's question so you can answer in the correct tense. Check out this example.
now let's talk about writing. What different types of writing do you do? For example, letters, emails, reports, or essays?
I prefer to email. I prefer to connect by email with my friends, with my family, and sometimes I prefer to write letters by myself because it's very actual. I think it's from if you send a letter for by yourself, and it means that you are very appreciate this person.
Do you prefer writing with a pen or using a computer?
I sometimes it depends on the situation. For example, for my studies, I prefer computer to type in computer. But for my essays, I prefer to write by pen.
Why?
Because I feel more comfortable when I try to explain my some things which I want to say. It's more comfortable and easy to write it yourself.
Do you write more now or less than you did a few years ago?
I think less because technology nowadays really go fast. So
And do you like to write stories or poems?
not actually, just I like to write my opinions, my view, for example, about the world, about animals, about persons.
Thank you. Let's talk about music. How often do you listen to music?
Usually every day I listen to music because it gives me energy, and it gives me some feeling, and it's very important for me to listen.
Okay. That was quite some time. So, what did you see in this video? What did you see in this? What did you pick up in this video?
Based on my personal point of view,
Mhm.
The speaker clearly give or describes the answer with naturally. So yeah, because when she decides to describe the object, and then she tries to explain that case. Take one clearly example, like do you about the preference, like when she wants to write pen or computer, she said that it is depends. It depends on the situation.
Okay.
Yeah. She tried to compare the in the
Okay.
Yeah, it sometimes she conclude that it's more comfortable to write in the pen like this one.
The pen. Okay, I see. Anything else?
Yeah.
That's it?
And then yeah, she also be aware and pay attention more regards to the yeah, the way that she want to restate the question, like yeah, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like this one. Thank you, Mr. Chris.
Okay. Okay. Anything else from the others? What did you guys get from this video? Nobody else? Okay. So yes.
Maybe I want to ask about how about we say like between
okay.
the words, between the sentences. does it affect to scoring or not?
The answer to the question is yes. That is something we call stuttering. It's like or when you want to speak when you like repeat a word multiple times, like you know, like that. That's what we call stuttering. Yes, that does reduce your score in the speaking test, but not that much though. It does reduce the score, but just a little bit. If you do it like a few times, like once or twice, that's generally fine. Once, twice, 3 times, still fine. But if you do it like always, like every other words, you keep doing that, then that's not a good sign. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How about we answer it slower than maybe like not fluent like the native speaker?
If you speak slowly, it is fine. Yeah, if you speak slowly, then it's fine. But if you speak like too slow, then that's not good. Too slow means like you speak something like this. So in my opinion, so that's obviously too slow. But if you speak slow, just like a normal slow, like okay, so in my opinion, I think blah 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 blah, something like that is still fine. Not everybody can speak quickly. Speaking slow is not really a problem as long as you're not too slow. Yeah, too slow is also not too good. But fluency, the rate of speech does not affect your fluency that much. There is a slight factor in what do you call it? In scoring your fluency, but it's not really a big factor. Yeah, so don't worry about speaking slow. Okay. So,
Mr. Chris.
Yep.
So if you from your perception, how many score? How about the scoring of score this speaker on the monitor?
The one here, the speaker here.
Can give how
actually so it's not here, but I've saw the scoring of this girl. This girl score around I think as low as 4, and the maximum she can get is around 5.5. That's like the max. The max she can get. So it's around 4 until 5.5. Yeah. The reason why she's able to score 5.5 is, yes, she does answer her answers extensively. There's details and examples, but there are also some questions in which she does not provide any details. That's why the examiner had to ask why. Yeah. If you remember in the video, that there was a question in which the examiner had to ask why. And then what else? Oh yeah, there was a lot of stuttering as well. And one of the biggest concern here is the grammar. That's why we're going to check out the script of her answers. So check out the script of her answers, everybody. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Read all these 6 response from her. There are 6 response. Read all of these 6 sentences. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. See if there's something wrong here. Yeah, 1 minute starts now. Read 6 sentences. See if there's something wrong. We'll discuss after 1 minute is over. Time's up. All right, let's see. Number one. Anything wrong in number one? Anything wrong in number one?
I prefer to be.
Sorry, Christopher, can you repeat what you said? Oh, then. Okay, so somebody said then. Blah blah blah. Okay. Ika, what were you going to say?
For me, prefer with preferred.
Preferred. Okay. Preferred. Okay. Any other answers?
Or I would prefer.
I would prefer. Okay. Any other answer? Okay. No. Okay. The correct answer is I prefer to send email. Technically, grammatically speaking, email is a noun. You're not allowed to say I prefer to email. In the past, you're not allowed to say this because this is a noun. I prefer to email, to send email. But nowadays, people consider email a verb. Yeah, some people consider email a verb. So sometimes you may see emailing, email. However, this is still grammatically wrong. So the correct answer is I prefer to send email or send an email. Okay. Number two, if you send a letter by yourself, it means you're very appreciate this person. What's wrong here? Anything wrong here?
For this person?
Appreciate for this person. For this
If you send a
person.
letter, appreciate it for this
Yeah.
person. Appreciate it.
What's that? It means that.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, appreciate it. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Hey, look, where's the D? Appreciate it. Okay.
Appreciate it.
It means okay. There are multiple ways to fix this. There are multiple ways to fix these sentences, but adding the word that here is correct. It means that. It means that you are. So there are a few ways to fix this. Way number one, that you appreciate this person.
Yes.
You appreciate this person very much, for example. Hey, look, where's the box? You appreciate this person very much, for example. Or you are very, or you are very appreciative to this person. Yeah. So two choices. It means that you appreciate this person very much, or it means that you are very appreciative of this person. Or sorry, appreciative towards this person. Number you okay, let me block this as well. Number three, depends on the situation. For example, for my studies, I prefer to type on a computer, but for my essays, I prefer to write by hand. Anything wrong here? Anything wrong in here?
I prefer.
For example,
For my studies, I prefer to keep income method.
anything? Huh? Okay. No. Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong in this sentence actually. However, this one is kind of weird. For example, for my studies, that one is very weird. But other than that, there are no grammatical mistakes at all. Yeah.
Sorry,
but if you
Mr. Chris,
yeah.
excuse me. Maybe using computer, maybe it can exchange to keyboard.
Keyboard.
Or
Okay.
on a keyboard is it a part from a computer or not?
Yeah, keyboard is usually already part of a computer. So if we say type on a computer, that's usually with the keyboard.
Okay.
It's usually already included. But if we want to make the sentence sound smoother, we can say, for example, I prefer to type on a computer for my studies. But for essay, I prefer by hand. Or we can say, for example, I prefer to type on a computer for essay and hand for my sorry, I prefer to type on a computer for my studies and hand for my essay. Something like that, yeah. But grammatically speaking, there's nothing wrong on this on sentence number 3. Okay. All right. Okay. Next up, number 4. I think less because technology nowadays are really go fast.
Can you mention about the question? I think.
The question.
I think less because
The question was, do you write more or less these days?
do you?
Do you write more or less these days?
Or
Anything wrong in this sentence? Anything wrong?
no one?
Here's a clue. Here's a hint. I don't know if this will help you or not. Here's the hint. You cannot put a verb before adjective. Yeah, you cannot put a verb before an adjective. Any idea where? This is the correct answer. Technology nowadays are really fast. Yeah. So go was the verb that I was mentioning. Technology.
Really and so.
Sorry, what? What were you saying?
Really and so are the same adverb. So
Yeah.
this is double adverb.
Oh, really and so.
Really and so.
Where's the word so? That was a go though.
Oh, go.
Yeah, it was a go, not a so. Yeah, so technology nowadays are really fast. Yeah, really fast. Okay. Number 5. Anything wrong with number 5?
It's correct. I think.
It's correct.
Actually.
The answer to number 5 is, well, technically number 5 is not really wrong. Not actually. Some people do say that, but yeah. This one depends on the question though. But yeah, the wording, not actually, is okay. You can say not actually. And number 6, what's wrong with number 6? Yes. Not really, yes. Not really is a better choice than saying not actually. Not really is a better option. Number 6, I listen to music because it gives me energy.
I listen to the music.
I listen to the, okay.
Yes.
Because it gives me energy. Anybody else? I listen to music.
Energy or power.
Energy, power. Okay. So anything else? No? Okay. Number 6 actually doesn't have any mistake. I listen to music because it gives me energy. That was already correct. The reason why is because if you put the, that's if there is a specific music. Do you, for example, why do you like listening to rock music? Yeah, I like listening to the rock music because, but generally, if we talk about music, it's music in general, so we don't have to use the. Yeah, again, if you want to use the, it has to be something specific. Okay. All right, and that's about it. That was it, everybody. That was it for part 1 of speaking section. Now, before we move on to practice, any question? So after this, we will go to question to practice. But any question? Let's do a quick review. Yeah, I'm gonna do let's take a look from the start again. So today we talked about speaking part one of speaking in the IELTS test. Yeah?
Excuse
Oh.
me.
Yep.
Can we listening while writing? If the interviewer
If the interviewer asks you a question.
yeah.
The answer is no. You are not allowed to write anything during the part 1 and part 3. During part 1 and part 3 of the test, you're not allowed to write anything. Part 2, yes. Part 1, 3, no. Okay. All right. So again, today we learn about this is the example of the introduction part. Familiar topic. This is
now in this first
sample. This is grammar. This is this is another sample, but this time we're focusing on the tense. Yeah. So again, be careful with the tenses. Okay. Now we're going to move on to practice. Yeah. We're going to have practice about this one. So I'm not going to show you the question first, but it's a practice. So how we are going to do this is I'm going to stop sharing first. I'm going to wait, let me claim the room first. Okay. How do I claim the room again? There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to the host key is wrong. Give me a quick second. Supposed to be. Okay. Huh? Oh yeah, sure. Well, if you talk about being nervous, I guess I mean I'm pretty sure most people are nervous in the speaking section. But there aren't really any ways for you to not be nervous. But one I think that can help is to imagine that you're speaking. Imagine you're speaking to a regular person. Imagine that this is all like a regular conversation. Like for example, like you are speaking to me. That's it. For example, like you're speaking to your English teacher. That's one way I think that can help you relax with the question. But yeah, nervousness can it's always there. Just take a deep breath and try to imagine that you're talking to your friend or your teacher. Usually that helps though. But yeah, it's practice. Yeah, if you practice, you get used to it, you get comfortable with it, so you get less nervous during the test. Yeah. Right. Let's see. Okay, so for some reason I think they changed the Zoom, so I cannot claim the host anymore. I was gonna make a breakout room, but okay, I guess instead of making breakout room, I'm just gonna group you and ask you questions. So there are 4 questions. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna ask same questions to people. Okay, let me get my randomizer first. Okay, so in order to run this, I'm going to pick a okay. Let's put random. Okay. Let's start with number 1. First question will be to Ika. What types of music do you like to listen to?
All right. I listen every types of music from rock, pop, jazz, classic, dangdut. I love all type of the music.
And why is that?
I love music, so my taste of music become come from my parents' taste of music. My parents introduced music from when I was little until I love music. Every song that my parents hear, I follow them and I memorize, and until now I love every types of music.
Okay, good. Let's this time ask Dia. Dia, are you there? Dia, are you there? Okay, looks like Dia is unavailable for now. Well, we'll move on to the next person. We'll ask Misra. Misra, at what times of day do you like to listen to music?
I used to listen to music when I have spare time, and when I have stress, something make me stress, and when I go to some place in car always listen to music, and when I sit in shore, I enjoy music with I don't remember anymore. The view of shore. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And why at those times do you listen to music? Why?
What?
And why? Why do you listen to music at those times?
Just enjoy of my part time, and it's make me refresh my brain. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the answers. Okay. Okay, that's okay. It's just a practice. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forget to mention to Ika. So everybody, instead of saying when I was little, we should say instead when I was young. Yeah. So when I was young is much better than saying when I was little. What else? Also, again, remember to pay attention to tenses. Anyways, moving on to this time to Ai. Ai, did you learn to play a musical instrument when you were a child?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay. Did you learn to play a musical instrument when you were a child?
Yes, I did. I can play music in class 3 of junior school. Yes,
Okay.
I can play guitar in my age, like
and why?
10. Yes.
And why?
Because I have a friend, one friend, he is so great if he playing guitar. So I'm interested to see the moment he playing guitar, but so I want to play with him. Yeah, so so I want learn guitar by him.
Learn to play guitar. Okay.
Yeah, that's
okay. Good. All right. One thing. if you're trying to extend your answers, everybody, don't just extend at the end of sentence. For example, if you want to say something, let's say, for example, let me choose a random answer. For example, if the question is your hometown a city or a popular place for tourists to visit? And you say, yeah, my hometown is a really popular place for tourists because it has lots of tourist attraction. Now, when you're trying to add new ideas, don't add at the end of sentence. So don't say like, yeah, my tourist is a popular place, so that's why a lot of tourists like to visit the city. So the city makes a lot of attraction, and so don't keep extending the end of a sentence using so and so and so. Yeah. If you need to extend your answer using and so, instead of doing and so, start a new sentence. Okay. Right. Moving on. We'll come back. Let's see. Let's try a different question. Yeah. Let's see. Let's use work. Okay. This time to Customo. Okay. Customo, what work do you do? Mhm. Okay, very good. That was a good answer. That was a great answer. What? Yeah. Sorry, with what? Live. Oh. So you're going to, okay, so you're going to make up information. Uh-huh. Yes. The fact is not really important. Yes, you can make up information, but making up information and adding details is much harder than using actual information. So yes, the answer is yes. It's up to you if you want to make up information, but it's much harder to extend from an information that is not real. Yeah. For example, if like your question, you don't like music, but you say, yeah, I like music, but then you have to make up more information to support the information. So it's going to be harder. Yeah. Okay, there was something I want to say. Okay. So earlier, in your answer, Gustavo, you said I work as a lecturer, and then after that you said I work in the faculty of blah blah blah, right? It's best if we combine those two sentences together. So I work as a lecturer in a university in Semarang, and the subject that I teach is blah 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 blah, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Tika. Tika, is there? Tika.
Hello.
Okay. So Tika. Well, what do you enjoy most about your work?
Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned before, that I'm currently as a lecturer of the Universitas Dulako. Universitas Dulako is one of the highest university in the Central Sulawesi. So when it comes to the things that I like to become a lecturer, actually I have several things to do, but let me put two options. That one, for the first of all, I'd like to being one of the researchers. So it could perhaps one of the high responsibility to become a lecturer. Apart from that, I also like to learn in deep about the let's say that yeah, to teach student in deep. So as a consequence of that, I have to find out or digging up one of the knowledge from the electoral library, or even I put the networking of my friend, of the colleague from the several university.
Okay, that was a good answer. However, there was since you said there were a lot of things that you enjoy and you're going to give two, that was quite a lot. The reason why I said that was quite a lot is because you haven't mentioned why. Like what was the first reason again? I can forget. What was the first reason again? Because
Okay.
you can be a researcher, yeah. Was it? Was it because you can do
Yeah.
research? Yeah, okay. Give a reason why being a researcher makes you enjoy the work. So let's say, for example, you have already finished answer, and then I, as an examiner, ask you, and why? Why does being a researcher make you enjoy your work?
Yeah. Okay. When it comes to question like that, actually, it's very interesting, but it's quite difficult for me. So, because yeah, as I mentioned earlier, to become one of the researchers, that I have a high challenge to encourage or push myself to do like that. I have to renew my knowledge. I have to read a lot about the paper.
Okay. That's good. That's a great one. Okay, so remember, everybody, if it's still part one and you feel like you have a lot of things you want to say, just try to focus on one and then give the reason why. Yeah. So the reason why is blah 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 blah. So like, yeah, I like the reason why I enjoy my work is this, and the reason why is blah blah blah. However, your answer would be good if this is a part 3 question. So you can, yeah, if this is a part 3 question, what do you enjoy about your work? Yeah, I like because, and reason 1, 2, 3, and because blah 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 blah. Then that's okay. Yeah. But in part 1, try to stick to 2 sentences, 3 at max. 3 maximum, 2 sentences generally the optimal number. Okay, and one last question to Dia. Dia, are you there? Are you there? Hello? Okay, looks like Dia is unavailable for now. Hello? Are you there? Dia? Still muted?
Sorry,
Okay.
I have people in here.
Okay. Can I ask you a question now? Okay, Dia, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's ask you a different type of question, yeah? What is your favorite room in your home?
Actually, I love my kitchen and I love my bedroom.
Okay, and why is that?
Because one of my hobby is cooking, and I love reading a novel in my bedroom. So I think two room in my house is my favorite room.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you, Dia. Okay, and that was all. Very good. Well done, everybody. Okay, let me think. Oh, there was a few points that I would like to point out, especially from Dika's answer. That I just remember. I forget things easily. One thing though, if you have never mentioned something before, don't use the word as I have mentioned before. Yeah. So for example, like, they have never asked you about your house. You shouldn't suddenly say as I have mentioned before. But if you have ever mentioned about that, then that's a good thing. There was also a phrase that Dika used that was very good in order to extend the time, your thinking time. That phrase was, for questions like that, it's very hard for me to answer. It's actually a very good phrase to help you gain some time. For example, oh my God, this is a very hard question. I need some time to think. Then you can use that phrase. Yeah, questions like these are very hard for me to answer, but I think so. That gives you like 2 to 3 seconds to think for information on what you want to answer. So that is something we call time extender. We extend some time. So in case you need one, in case the question is hard and you need some time to extend, you can do something like that. You can say like, let me think. In my opinion, blah blah blah, or yeah, I think, yeah. Okay. Well, I've never thought about it, but blah 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 blah. So those are what we call time extenders. Okay. And let's see, that's about it, I think. Yeah, so some tips and okay, so there's a few tips and tricks that we can share with you. But these are some general stuff, like for example, you have to practice speaking English formally. Yeah? Remember, even though you imagine this like speaking to your friend, but you have to speak formally. Okay. The words that you speak needs to be formal. For example, you don't say some word like chill. Chill is a slang, so don't use that. Don't use, what do you call it? What do you call that?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut your dialogue. So maybe I have an advice for you. So can you comment about our answer before?
Oh, okay.
What the point, a plus point or negative point for
Okay.
our answer? Maybe can you
Okay.
remember or memorize
Oh
our
yeah, sure.
answer?
I did remember one too.
All right.
So generally, most of your answers are already good. Most of our answers are good. A few things to note is the tenses. You have to pay attention to the tenses. For fluency, you guys are quite fluent enough. Just sometimes you need to expand the ideas more. And I think I mentioned this before, but you all have to remember that if you can, you have to include the why. Yeah. Always add the reason to your answer. Why? Why is this? Why is that? But yeah, speaking of each and all of your answers, those are all good. It was pretty decent. Now, but if we want to talk about specifics, for example, for Ika, let's see, let me think. I guess the thing that I remember most is that the tenses, yeah, because you were talking about when you were young. So there were a few mistakes in the tenses. For Gustavo, I think that was a pretty decent one. It's just that we can what do you call it? Make the sentence better. But other than that, it was pretty good. For Dika, there were a few phrases that was pretty a few phrases that were good, in which we can use in the test later on. For example, as I have mentioned before, something like that. Yeah. And yeah, those are some of the few specifics that I can think of. But other than that, you guys did pretty well. Okay, moving on to regarding tips and tricks. Practice speaking English formally. Remember, you need to use formal English. No abbreviation, and something like ASAP. No, don't use ASAP. That's abbreviation. No slangs. Paraphrase the question. This one is something that we like to do. Paraphrase the question means to repeat the question but in a different sentence. For example, what types of music do you like to listen to? Instead of saying, yeah, I like to listen to pop. Instead of saying that, you can say, these days, some of the music that I really enjoy are something like that. So change the structure of the sentence, but make sure the sentence is still, just make sure the sentence still have a similar meaning. Okay. Or for example, at what times of day do you like to listen to music? You can say, My favorite time to listen to music is in the morning. Something like that, yeah? Paraphrasing question. Use the question to your answer. Yeah. And lastly, give elaborate answer. If they ask you,
Sorry.
yeah.
Can we laugh while we answer the question?
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Laughing is totally fine.
Oh, all right.
So laughing is totally fine. For example, like this. This guy actually laughed.
Now,
And
somewhere here.
tourists
flocking to my
something like that. So smiling, laughing, it's a little bit is fine, but not too much. Well, I'll give elaborate answer. Yeah. For example, if the question is, "Do you like this?" Don't just answer with yes. No. You have to yes, because. Yeah. Always give a why. Remember, the biggest thing that can help you is the word why. Hello. Why? What is wrong with this? Always remember, if you can, put in why. The reason why is, and I think it's because blah blah blah. Okay. Always put why if applicable. Oh, and you can also add personal experience if you want. In my experience, it's a no. Because like back then when I was young, I always listened to music because something like that. Okay. And that's about it for today. Part 1 of the speaking part. On Wednesday, we're going to look at part 2 and part 3, if I remember correctly. Or maybe just part 2. No, it's just part 2. Fridays for part 3, if I remember correctly. We'll see on Wednesday. But yeah, that's about it for now. Any question for now? Question? Any? No? Questions? All right. If you don't have any question, that's about it. If you have question later down the line, feel free to ask me on our next session. Feel free to, if you have question down the line, feel free to ask me on the next session or just drop the question in the chat box, okay? Now, this time I'm going to share with you a very useful resource. Check out the chat box or WhatsApp as well, both works. Chat box or WhatsApp. This is a, there's IELTS. There we go. This is a website in which you can practice on your own. Yeah. So I'm just gonna share screen with you guys. So you feel free to use this website in order to practice. There are lots of practice questions you can use. So if you want to practice on your own, it's up to you. For example, let's go to a place that I have bookmarked. But yeah, generally you can use this. Speaking part 1, part 2, 3, speaking, writing, reading. Yeah, for example, you have practice IELTS online 1. So what? Oh yeah, here. Listening, reading, writing, speaking. So if you want to do practice on your own, feel free to open this and practice if you want, okay? All right, and that's about it for today, everybody. Thank you for your attention and have a great rest of the day. And I will see you on Wednesday at the same time at 6 o'clock. Yeah, so
Thank you, Mr.
bye, everyone.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye-bye.
Chris.
Bye.
See
Thank you,
you.
Mr. Chris. Yeah.